Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This reading is for Thursday, January 26th and Friday, January 27th of 2023. I can't believe it's so late in the year already. There's so much going on in the sky. I thought I would post, even though it's very late and I'm very tired, so I hope I don't lose my voice or sound all croaky. But anyway, I wanted to start out with a quote. I think I've said this one before. This sounds familiar, but I have. It's the science fiction author Douglas Adams who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Gosh, I read that decades ago. But he said, I love deadlines. I like the whooshing sound they make as they fly by. That sounds good to me. I'm usually pretty good with deadlines. I'm a last minute kind of a person. I wait until the last minute and then I rush and do everything really, really fast, which is probably not smart, but hey, that's what I do. Okay, I was just looking at the astrology, and I won't go into it too much because some people may not be interested in that, but we have some really interesting, really harmonious things going on right now. The sun is sextile the moon. That means they're 60 degrees apart, which is very compatible energy. And the moon is sextile Mars. So the moon is in, what's it in? Hello. It's in, oh, don't tell me I have to start over. No, wait a minute. Okay, hold this thought. Okay. Mars is in Gemini. So the moon is in Aries. The sun is in Aquarius. So the sun is 60 degrees to the moon, and then you go 60 degrees farther and you're to Mars, which means that the sun and Mars then are actually trying each other. They're 120 degrees, which is great. And Venus is moving into Pisces, I believe, tonight. So that's kind of, good, romantic, lots of feeling energy. And then the moon is also conjunct Jupiter in Aries, and Mars is sextile Jupiter, 60. So anyway, we got what I'm trying to say is there should be some really good energy between your physical energy, your emotional energy, and I think that relationships should be harmonious because Venus is moving into Pisces, although watch out for oversensitivity and hurt feelings because Pisces can be extremely sensitive. Okay, got that out of the way. I just looked at that tonight and thought, wow, that is a lot of really good moon, Mars, Jupiter energy. So you should be feeling more expansive, a little more hopeful. Jupiter is very hopeful. Okay, I pulled the cards. I haven't really looked at them. And again, this is the wild unknown. I'm not real familiar with this deck, so bear with me. But it looks good. It's interesting. We start out with the Chariot, which in this deck is very different. In most of the other decks, like the Rider-Waite and the mythological, Liz Green mythological tarot, it's a division. But in this deck, it's movement forward. It's victory. You're making progress. So and you notice that the horse has a pentacle around his neck, which is earth. So this is the sun, the earth. This is really movement forward. And he's got a new moon on his forehead, or her forehead, which I love. And some of these came out in the reverse, and it didn't feel right to me tonight. So I put everything in the upright. But then I draw Judgment, and in this deck, Judgment is a little bit different. It's forgiveness. And you can see the white bird rising out of the other dark birds. So this is a really good card. You've made some success in forgiving someone, or possibly yourself, which is always a good thing. And then we get the Six of Wands. And this is a victory card. You have made progress. In some area of your life, you have made progress. This is a winning card. It doesn't really look like it because there's there's a pile of sticks. Why is that so good? But sixes are good, and we've got the rainbow at the top. So this is kind of a bleak deck, but I love it. I love the way she uses the color. Is this Kim? Yeah, Kim Kranz. And then we get the Two of Cups, which is another lovely energy card, because it can be romance if you're so inclined, or it can just be a partnership or friendship, but it's getting along with someone emotionally. And that's always a good thing. So there's some, some peace has come to, I'm just getting kind of a download that there may have been a little bit of a rocky time in a relationship, even if it was just like with a family member. Could be a lover, could be a friend, could be anyone, but things have gotten more peaceful, and that's good. And then this card is really the only negative one that I would say that I see here, and that is the Five of Pentacles, which is in the other decks, it's kind of like feeling left out in the cold. And in this one, let me see how she puts it. I mean, this looks like loss to me. This looks like sorrow. It looks like loss. Let me see how she puts it. Sadness, worry, illness. And it's mostly about worry. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm a warrior, and that just kind of runs with warrior. I'm a warrior. Anyway, I had to take myself to task last night and say, you better stop this worrying. You're going to make yourself sick. So perhaps this is telling us, that if you do continue to worry that much, and I was better today, you could make yourself sick. So please do not over worry. If you're worrying, try to let it go. Try to let it go. Try to let it rise up like a white bird out of the darkness. Just release it. Just let it float up above your head. It will be taken care of one way or another. Usually we can't prevent things with our worry anyway, and we all know that. And we all know that usually the things you worry about don't happen. It's the things you're not looking for. So you're wasting your time. And I'm talking to myself here because I'm quite a worrier. Anyway, then we get the Seven of Pentacles, which is you know what? This is different in this book. Let me look this one up too. In the other decks, it's kind of leaning on what you've got so far, like contemplating how much have I gained? Let's see what it says. Yeah, period of contemplation. It shows a period of contemplation and uncertainty. You're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it has been a failure or a success. You can't seem to decide. Shouldn't you be reaping more rewards by now? Maybe so. But the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They are not always monetary. They're usually not, in my opinion, or I should say in my experience. Not my opinion, my experience. So yeah, this is kind of like wondering, has it been worth it? What have I got so far? How much farther do I have to go? And then we get the Son of Cups. And this is kind of equivalent to the Page of Cups. This deck is interesting because it has a daughter and a son, which replaces the page. So this is beginning, creative, emotional energy. And I don't know why I said creative since it's cups, because that's usually emotion, but that came to me, so we're going to stick with it. And the sun is masculine, so it's kind of, it's not so much a receptive feeling as it is wanting to put something out there. I think that's why I said creative. This is an emotional energy because it's cups, but it's positive, and it's at the beginning. So, you might feel like maybe you're feeling creative. I don't know, but this is good. This is a very positive card. It's young energy, it's new energy, but it's positive. And cups usually is related to your emotions. Maybe you're feeling some, with all that Jupiter energy, maybe you're feeling some hope for the first time. And gosh, things have been kind of grim, at least around here. I don't know. So then we end up with the Four of Pentacles, which is a good card. It's a card of really balance and being steady. So this is like a good foundation. Fours are foundational, so this is a good foundation. The only thing I would say is just don't be stingy with anything. Don't try to control things or grab on too much. Let it flow, let the energy move through. But this is a really nice solid foundation. Fours are really good for being foundational. And then I thought I would draw from my new Moonology cards. Now what's on here? I always see a white thing, and then when I look for it, it's just, this camera is really weird. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to ignore it. Okay, I got these Moonology cards, and I don't really understand them because they have like full moons and half moons and moons in Aquarius and moons in the signs, and I'm thinking, well, but what if the moon is in, like the moon's in, what did I say? The moon is in Aries tonight. So what if I draw a different one? So let's just see what we get. No, I don't like this one. This doesn't feel right. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. That doesn't fit. I'm sorry. Goodbye. But let me try one more time. Because I got these cards and then I thought, how's this going to work? Because the moon's doing what the moon's doing. So shouldn't I be choosing the phase of the moon and the sign of the moon that it's in? Yeah, this isn't sitting well with me. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. No. You know what I'm going to do? Before I do a reading, I'm going to pull the moon card that goes with where the moon actually is and what it's doing, because otherwise this makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm looking through just to see if I spot it. No. So, okay, forget those. We will go with, let me draw one. I'm going to draw one oracle card and one animal spirit card. And I'm going to stop at one or I'll be here all night. Okay, so the weird thing is all the cards are coming off the bottom tonight. They usually come off the top. They're coming off the bottom. Okay, we get flexible. Mars is in Gemini right now, and Gemini is nothing if not flexible. This is really good advice. Remain flexible. And that's why I was talking about this, which is really a good card. It's stability, but you do need to remain flexible. You do. I was feeling that when I saw that. So, okay, one animal spirit card just for fun because I love the animals. And let's just see if anybody has a message for us. This one's coming off the top tonight. Oh, this is so funny. I have to tell you a story. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. We get mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Tend to the small things, which again, Four of Pentacles is kind of like putting your ducks in a row because, and so is the Seven of Pentacles, because Pentacles represent, our day-to-day life, our actions, our what we're building, what we're manifesting. So this is perfect for that. Tend to the small things. And I'm glad I discarded that moon card about the big picture because it just didn't feel right. But here's the funny story about this. Okay, so I am in a Tuesday night book club group that meets on Zoom. All my groups meet on Zoom because I don't want to get sick. And there's a lot of stuff going around right now. So anyway, the moderator of the group, who I, think is a very nice woman, she said she had a mouse in her house. And somebody else was talking about being afraid of mice, and I do not understand that. I love mice. I think they are adorable, but then I love all animals. Okay. But anyway, I just love mice. So then she mentioned that she had a glue trap set out for it, and I almost started sobbing. That's how much I love animals. And I said, oh no, I started to say, you can get a live trap, and she cut me off. And she said, no, we're not going there. And she went on, and I literally was on the verge of tears for the rest of the book club. I almost left, and then I thought, don't be a baby. But really, it bothered me all night. I thought of it when I went to bed that night. I prayed for the mouse. When I went to bed, I prayed for the mouse that he would stay away from the glue trap, because I think there is nothing more horrible than trapping an animal. It would be kinder to cut the thing's head off than to get it stuck on a glue thing and let it starve to death. I was absolutely horrified. That is barbaric. I'm sorry to go on a rant, but you know, this mouse spirit came out for a reason. I prayed for the mouse, and I'm going to pray for the mouse again tonight. And shame on people for using glue traps. That's horrible. Do you not agree, everyone? Everyone pray for the mouse with me. Thank you. Anyway, so this looks good. The overall message is, you know, expansion, and looks like harmony, and movement forward finally, after we've been so stagnant lately. And the only fly in the ointment is, you know, there's still some sadness hanging around and some loss, and that can't be helped. You have lost something, and you know, that never goes away. So remain flexible, and thank you for listening. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I love your comments, and blessings. Good night.